They say, a leader is the one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. Our chief guest today, Dr. Tarita Shankar, is the epitome of these words. It is a great privilege to introduce her to you all. Dr. Tarita Shankar is the chairperson and chief mentor of the Indira Group of Institutions. A dynamic and passionate leader, she holds a degree in art and law. Dr. Shankar is an alumnus of the President Management Program held at Harvard Business School, USA. Her unwavering vision, meticulous planning, and decades of incredible work have helped the IGI Group to blossom to over 12 institutions, delivering cutting-edge learning to more than 13,000 students from KG to PG level.
Dr. Shankar has been a recipient of numerous awards and citations over the last 2 decades on both national and international levels. She was awarded the Exceptional Women Award in the year 2022-23. Dr. Shankar was recognized Women Leader of the Year, Business Leaders of the World Awards in the year 2022. She was awarded the Education Leadership Award at the Business Leader of the Year Awards year 2021. Dr. Shankar was also awarded the National Award for Outstanding Leadership at the World Education Congress in the year 2021. Featured in ET Newsmakers 2023 Women's Special on the occasion of International Women's Day, Dr. Shankar is an avid reader, excellent orator, and fearless individual known for inspirational philanthropy. CARE is a heartwarming initiative, now a registered trust, started by Dr. Shankar. CARE, when elaborated, is counsel, advice, rise, and evolve, an avenue for students of Indira Institutes to seek a guidance on professional and personal topics that motivate the person towards a transformational journey. The club was awarded the NGO Leadership Award at the World CSR Congress in the year 2023.
It is indeed an honor to have the presence of such an exemplary leader who has paved the way forward for the young generation through pure grit and determination. A fearless individual and game changer, Dr. Shankar's down-to-earth personality is an inspiration to us all. Ma'am, we are blessed to have you here with us today. We now take this opportunity to invite Dr. Tarita Shankar to address this gathering.
Very good afternoon, everyone. We are going to evening, so very good evening to. It's nearly 4 o'clock. And firstly, as I'm an educationist and I live, breathe everything, only students. So I would love to thank Ken and Vaidehi for the wonderful job they're doing of comparing. Please give them a hand. It takes courage to stand, at a dais like this and take care of a show. And I know students who come to Indira because I've lived with them. They come with trembling hands, they can't speak. And when they leave, they're a completely different lot. And I think institutions like Indira, NICMAR, all are doing great jobs. Pune is a city of education. It's called as the Oxford of the East. And I think we are really, really contributing to building the nation through the youth. Going ahead, thank you very much, Dr. Kulkarni, for inviting me here today. I suddenly get a call, I think not even a week I think about 4 or 5 days back. And she called me, and I have no idea who she is or anything. And she gives me a reference of a very close friend of mine. And luckily, I happened to be free today afternoon. And then I told her, when I heard that it's a women's program related to women leadership, women empowerment, and then I said, well, even if I wouldn't be free, I would make time for this program for sure. So thank you for inviting me, and also thank you to Dr. Hans Hoyer for all the wonderful work that he is doing along with NICMAR and many other institutions in the world for women empowerment. Thank you, Dr. Hans, if you're listening to me. A big thank you to you across thousands of miles. Thanks a lot. And of course, we are missing Dr. Anil Kashyap over here, so please tell him that we missed him at this program. Well, going ahead, I asked him, this is a program, and now I came to know it's a majorly program for women in construction, So me, a law graduate, an arts graduate, nothing to do with construction at all. And then when I was sitting over here, I said, well, these are all women in construction. Yes, I am a woman in construction. How? How do I am a woman in construction big time? because Indira, when it started, we started with 2,000 square feet of, rented space when I started Indira, with 60 students. Today, the number that was given to them was wrong, I think. We are more than 16,000 students, and we have an FSI and built up of more than 5 lakh FSI, 5 lakh square feet. So I think you all are construction students over here, so you know what that means. And each square foot of 5 lakh square foot has the Tarita Shankar stamp on that. So I may not be an engineer, thank you, I may not be an engineer, I may not be an architect, but every building, every inch of Indira has been, built with sitting with me across the architects and the project management consultants, and you ask me all the names and I know it. From day one, I have constructed every little square feet of Indira, and I am a more construction woman than any of you probably, because I know the nitty-gritties of everything. Sitting here today, I was sitting and watching the auditorium because we are going to make another auditorium at Indira. We are now in the midst of construction of another 1 lakh FSI in the next 2 years, and last one whole week, I've been just going to the final plans, and it's so exciting. Construction is so exciting. Really, all the students over here who are related to something to do with construction management, now you have architecture and, real estate and everything. Construction, because, roti, kapda, makan, makan बहुत बड़ी चीज़ होती है और वो मकान के अंदर हम रोटी बनाते हैं, हम रोटी खाते हैं, everything is related to that makan. So it's such a wonderful, space for all of you to be in, and I would love to congratulate you all for selecting this field of construction in some way or the other and contributing again to the growth of this nation, because construction in this nation and of course around us, somebody spoke about, why this institute was started. I think Sushma ji was talking about that they were not allowed, their tenders were not accepted in countries like UAE and all. And today, I think all of us know, most of the UAE is built by Indians. It's Indian workers, Indian construction workers, Indian construction companies. It's India who has built UAE. Please go, all of you construction students, and go and check the history, and you will know how much India has contributed to the growth of UAE, where their tenders were not accepted many years back. So that is the story of India, and where, like Sushma, when she came from Dr. Kulkarni, I've come to Sushma ji, now I've come to Sushma because I feel connected. It's okay if I call you Sushma, right? Okay. So that's what she was telling us, and she also just said, at that time that the gender equality, if a girl talked to a boy, people would laugh or they would say something. I remember a story of my own. I would love to share this, many years back when I was in my 11th and 12th. I won't take the name of the college because we all belong to the college fraternity. But over there, those 2 years, after that, of course, I went to amazing colleges in Pune. I studied my arts in Warrior College, and I did my law from Symbiosis. But for 2 years, I was in a college where if a girl talked to a boy, the peon used to come with a bell. घंटा बजा के बाजू हो जाओ बात नहीं करने का that is something which I faced in the year 81-82 when I was doing my 11th. So that's the gender equality, and that's where we come from. But of course, coming, we talked about family backgrounds and how family can help women, achieve and become leaders. And my own family, the family I come from, has been an example of it. My father always wanted me to become an IAS officer or an IFS officer. And my mom wanted me to become a doctor. So you can imagine when you have two people in the house who wanted to become two diverse things, you have to try for both. Because एक को ना खुश करके नहीं चलता है ना, mom होती है, dad होते हैं, दोनों को खुश करना है. So I was told to tell my journey, and I love to quote little stories because that's how, we can quote our journey. So why am I not a doctor today, or why am I not an IAS officer today? I tried for both. So when I was doing for 11th and 12th, these are very interesting, very sweet stories for the youth and for all of us. So I was doing I started with science. And in those days, I had 89% in those days in my, 10th standard. So I was a very clever student, doing well in life and everything. So of course, first choice, dad had to give in to mom, and he said that, okay, let her become a doctor. औरत के सामने मर्द का कुछ चलता नहीं है ज़्यादा करके, इस ज़माने में इस बात को तो हम मानते ज़रूर है और इसको हमको करके भी दिखाना है, जेंडर क्लब को यही करके दिखाना है. So I talk very open and frank. I hope you don't mind, because we are talking about women empowerment. And if women cannot talk what they want, then, well, there is no empowerment. Okay, so let me tell you this little small story. And I was in this college, and 11th was done, 12th was done, and well, I was on my way to become a doctor. And you have to dissect cockroaches and frogs. I mean, you're in construction, you all may not know about it, but many of you must have come from a science background of, higher secondary. So you know that we have to dissect these frogs and cockroaches. So it was prelims, prelims ka exam chal raha tha, and okay, we were all asked to sit and, do the exams, and practical chal rahe the, biology ke. Aur samne wo frog rakha hua tha. I mean, sabke samne ek frog, bell bajegi, and you start dissecting, and whatever the question is given to you, and uska ye nikalna hai, uska wo dhundna hai, uska intestine nikalna hai, whatever that is. And bell baji, jaise hi bell baji, question paper dekha, mere frog ko anesthesia ठीक तरह से दिया गया नहीं था. So मेरा frog बिल्कुल jump मार गया. He just jumped. He or she, I don't know. The frog just jumped, And जैसे frog jump हो गया, तो Madam Shankar just fainted. फेंट होने के बाद में पता नहीं क्या हो गया. Of course, पानी प्रिंसिपल के ऑफिस में लेके गए, क्या हो गया. Because by the time that frog jump was maybe 2-3 seconds. उसके बाद वो anesthesia काम कर गया. So he was like that. खत्म. किसी को पता ही नहीं चला what happened to her. People thought that she's sick, something has happened, everything. And then my father was called. तभी तो phone भी नहीं था. So father को then I just told them what happened. They couldn't believe. But I said, this is what happened, and I am not going to do this practical ever in my life. I was so scared. And I told my dad, मुझे कल शादी करा के दो, मुझे चलेगा, मैं डॉक्टर नहीं बनने वाली हूँ. I cannot go into this laboratory again ever in my life. And I'm a very stubborn woman. If I decide something, I do it. So that was, my father took me home, and then it was prelims, and exams were around the corner. But that time things were a little different, so my father could, he had a very good PR with people. He used some influence with the principal, and last minute, government of Maharashtra के वो किसी चीज़ में जाके biology निकाल के मुझे geography का subject दिया गया. I said मैं geography करूँगी, और एक महीने में I did geography, and I topped in the college in geography with 96 marks. So I was not meant to become a doctor. And then then my father was very happy. Now she's going to become IAS, IFS officer. Abhi to pakka ho gaya, And then I was put for all these classes and everything. And I started studying and doing everything. And in between, in between that time of my life, I had personal, mishap in my life or accident. I did something very wrong. And so 1 year of my life, I had lost a year, but I came, back with force, and I studied and I did everything. And I gave my MPSC, I gave my UPSC, I gave all these exams, and I was also selected for MPSC. But my dad was adamant at that time that no, only IAS or IFS. I don't want Maharashtra becoming a deputy collector or something. तो उस चीज़ से भी बच गई. And at that time, my sister, my real sister, older sister, she had become an air hostess in Air India. She had just been selected for the air hostess in Air India, and she was flying with Air India all over the world. तो मेरे दिमाग में वो भी चल रहा था कि मुझे air hostess बनना है अभी. So I went and applied to Qatar Airways and this and that, and my parents, my father, nobody knew that I am doing all this. And I got a call from Qatar Airways that, okay, now, come to give the interview. And of course, my dad did not allow me. So IAS भी नहीं हुआ और IFS भी नहीं हुआ, and उसके बाद में फिर मैंने law कर लिया. I did law, and I don't know, today I stand as an educationist, but my first job or my first money which I ever received, can you guess anybody in what profession that must have been? Students sitting over here. One profession in which I earned my first 1,000 rupees in the year, I think 1984 or 85, 86. Anyone? What did you say? Who said that other word? M से किसी ने word कहा था. That's right, there you go. So my first job was modeling, and I modeled with Munmun Sen at that time. And for which brand? How many of you are from Pune over here? I modeled for cassette sarees. Yeah, along in that age with Munmun Sen and Ashok Saraf. Can you imagine? He was, one of the ones walking with us and everything. And I remember in those days, big posters of mine were put up in the, this Deccan Chowk and everything, wearing saris and everything. So that's been, but that has helped me, let me tell you. I mean, coming to the next part, and so, well, time passed, and I have been working abroad and everything. And Sushma ji asked me a question. Sushma asked me a question inside in the green room that how did you get into education? So short, I'll just give you a short story on that. My first job after that, then I was working with I was working in a construction company, by the way. I started my career after that with a construction company. The older people, I don't know if there are older people sitting over here who would have heard of A.V. Bhatt and Company. One A.V. Bhatt and Company, if you know of that company. And so I started with them. And they had a project in Bangkok, so I was sent all the way to Bangkok to work with them. They had partnered with somebody in Bangkok, and then I lived for a year in Bangkok. And when I was in Bangkok, Rajiv Gandhi was assassinated there. And I remember all the representatives of Indian businesses, we were called to the ambassador's home in Bangkok to lay the wreath, on the picture of Rajiv Gandhi. So I've had a very interesting life, in my past. And then afterwards, I started working in the company by the name of Enron Gas Company. Many of you must have heard of Enron Gas Company. Amazing job, director, community relations. And I think I was just about, at that time, 30 years old. I was just about, I started Indira when I was 29. I was just about 27 years old. I started Indira when I was 29 years old. And I remember at that time, this job was like, it was a fantastic job, with a chauffeured car, for you, a room reserved in the Oberoi Hotel in Mumbai, and traveling from Mumbai to Chiplun, to Ratnagiri by a two-seater plane. I mean, that is the kind of exposure, I had. And see how destiny works, but, and at that time, the energy minister and the education minister were one and the same, Dr. Appasaheb Dharkar. So, being the energy minister, I was reporting to him because Enron was a gas company, and I was reporting directly to Mr. Sharad Pawar because I was the community relations director. Now, how I reached that post and all, don't ask, that's a long story again. But to cut it short, I was, reporting these to these two people, and this was the year 1993, 1992-93, and that was the time when education privatized in Maharashtra. We went into private education, was allowed in Maharashtra, non-profit and non-whatever it is, under the trust, education was allowed. And by this moment when I was reporting to the energy minister had a British wife, late Mrs. Ellen Dharkar. And she's older than my mother also, she would have been if she would have been alive. But we both became very good friends, and I became a family friend to them. And when education privatized, they started to, okay, it's a very different scene today. Today, Indira, this year we are into our 30th year, you all are into your 40th year. So 30 years back, it was a very different scene. So when it got privatized, it was like, tu bhi college chalu kar di, aap bhi college chalu kar do, aap bhi kar do, acha, come on, let's start colleges. It was raining colleges of all kinds everywhere. So I was also asked to start a college. And the trustees were Mr. Dharkar, his wife, my mother, my father, and even Mr. Navli. Mr. Navli has also been my mentor. All the younger people over here, Mr. Navli is my mentor. And so we just started a college overnight. And at that time, for 6 months, I remember, I was handling Enron. I had started the college in Pune in 2,000 square feet of rented space, and we didn't know what the response would be. We started with management. We started with an MBA college of 60 students, and in the very first year, for 60 students, we had 600 applications, and that was how the story of private education in Maharashtra has started. And Maharashtra was a leader in this kind of education in India. You can see, the results of that today. Why we have so many students from all over India coming to Pune. And Pune, of course, being, the Oxford of the East from the beginning, its climate, its industry, everything has contributed to the growth of education. And after 6 months, it was very difficult for me to handle this and that, and I had to give up one. But by the time I had realized that this is the purpose of my life, the students, being with them. And I was just 28 and the students coming to me for MBA were 21, 22. So we were like, friends. And I resigned from Enron, from that cushy, wonderful job, which paid me lakhs of rupees then and an amazing, lovely life. But I resigned. And from then on till today, there has been no looking back. And from 60 students in 2,000 square feet, we have now moved to 16,000 students and I don't know how many more campuses. And I have my lovely women team sitting here with me also. I have some good women leaders with me for the last 20 years. And I think a big hand to all the women leaders sitting over here. So coming to the next point, since we're talking about women leadership, what matters most as a woman leader? What is it, what is it different, leaders are everywhere. Why is a woman leader different, and in the journey of my 30 years, I realized it, that what as a leader, as a woman, is not as a leader, but as a woman, what is the difference that I can bring wherever I am? Even if I would be working in an organization, having a male leader, but being a woman would surely make difference to the few people who worked around me. Because women are known to make that difference. And when I got an opportunity to lead, to own and lead an institution, of course, being the owner makes all the difference because I can make all the decisions that I want, and so many of my decisions are, women-oriented. Today, even being as a woman leader over there, I have this, of course, the Care Club, which I run, which is now a registered trust, but there are things which a male or a male leader would not think of doing. Even today, I have a Haldi Kumkum in Navratri every year on my campus. And more than 150 men and women who fast, they come and we play Garba together, we eat together, we do the Haldi Kumkum together. Now, I don't think any male leader would think of doing these kinds of things. Recently, we just started a Indira Wives Club at Indira. This is the first of its kind. The wives of the men who are working at Indira, we started a club for them. And the kind of messages I get from so many of the women, right from the class 4, the tier 4 peons, their wives, to the director's wife, it's a complete different bonding. So being a woman, I think I could do these things and that could really make a difference to my organization because let me tell you, Indira is not backed by any political party. Indira is not backed by any big industry. Indira has got nobody's money from abroad or something invested into it. It is just me and my family to a certain extent who have invested and brought the group to this level where this year we cross a mark of 200 crores. So it's not a small thing, but thank you. But being a leader as a woman has certainly made all the difference and I could do so many things over there and I could bring up this organization from 3 employees on the first day to 1,200 plus employees. We all stand as a family. I have fights with them, I get angry with them. But when our core team and our board meetings are there, I also bake cakes from home and I bring for them, which I don't think any male leader's wife would bake and send for her boss's team, that, okay, take these cakes for your team. But no, I will stand and I will do that. And that is the difference that a woman can make. Of course, secondly, very important, a woman can be kind and strong at the same time. These are the facets which very few men will have, with all due respect to all the men. And that is what you all have to change through your, your Genesis, your club, which is your gender champions. Please see that, men are very strong people, but also try to become kind. Because these are the 2 qualities, when balanced in a woman, they make a fantastic leader. Any organization, be kind and strong at the same time. And I do it flawlessly. I am strong and I just put my discipline in place one moment and the poor employee just maybe walking out of my office, dejected that she shouted at me and she this. And then I just ask him, how's your daughter? How's her pain? And he turns back and he feels, well, who can ask me, except a woman leader. So this balance for all women out here, wherever you all are going to go, makes this difference. Be strong, you need to be, but at the same time, don't forget that you're a woman and you're supposed to be kind. Woman, she holds the society and the family together. Two things important, the society and family, which make a wonderful nation. So a woman does this job very nicely. I mean, so many women sitting here, all of them sitting over here. I'm sure, we manage our homes very well even today, and we manage our work very well. I don't think we'll let our home suffer because of, a true leader will never let her home suffer because of her work, and she'll never let her work suffer because of her home. That balance comes to us so naturally. Make use of that balance. Do as much as you can. Balance everything. Show the world that you are a woman, and yes, you can make this difference. And it is, mind you, after 30 years when I'm standing here, I know, my house, I've never let down. I'm a single mother. I've never let down my sons, and I've never let down my team. None of them. And being in education, of course, or wherever, in whatever, whatever area of field you choose to be in. For women, nurturing the next generation. Nurturing comes very naturally to women. For all of us, we see a small child or a big child or anybody, we have the nurturing quality inside us. We want to nurture people, we want to set them on the right path. We want to take care of them. We want to give them love. We want to tell them, don't do this, do that. We want to interfere to see that a person gets a good life, a better life. This nurturing quality of women is very important. Don't forget that just because you're a leader, you're sitting in some, position where you're supposed to, make balance sheets or make buildings or, do something. Don't forget to nurture those around you. Because people around you are going to look at you as a woman, and they will look at you much, I can't explain it very well, but when you're a nurturing woman, it has to show in your eyes that you hold love and kindness for people working around you. Once they see that, there is going to be a different respect in their eyes for you. Don't forget these things, what I told you. So this is important. The things that I adhere to in my journey, many, many things, but some of them that I have, written down here is, first and foremost for me, honesty is very important. I'm a very real person. So today, I have offers to write my book, my own autobiography from some big names. But I said, if I have to write my book, I will write a real book. If I cannot write the reality of my life in that book, I'm not going to write it. So I'm waiting for that publisher to come to me who will write the reality of my life, and only then I will publish my book. So I am a very real person. I stand everywhere, openly speak, openly, talk the truth, and I expect the same from everyone else. When I sleep at night, I don't have to think that, what did I say today? Do I have to say that tomorrow? No. This is me, plain and simple in black and white. No reading in between the lines. And that has given me, the strength in my life. Honesty has given me a different strength in my life. Second is time. Very important. Time, absolutely important. Every day I get asked a question. I don't know if some of you follow me on Instagram. You will see me starting my day with a yoga and a gym. Then I'm cooking. Then I'm, on campus. Then I'm doing aarti. Then I'm with students, and the whole day. And yet at the end of the day, I have time to sit, and read a book or watch a movie. How does that happen? It's because you manage your time properly. Even today, I have a diary in which my every minute to minute is written. If I had to come today, tomorrow at night, I decide what am I going to wear for my gym tomorrow morning, what am I going to wear for my yoga, what sari am I going to wear tomorrow. Everything is planned a night before. So time management is very, very important, because that's all you have in life. You're going to have one life, and you're going to have just that much of time. And you want to enjoy everything, and there's so much to do. At the end of every day, you must feel fulfilled that, yes, I have lived my day, I've spent my time, I've utilized it properly. I've done optimal utilization of my time. It's very important. We think of optimal utilization of space and everything else, but optimal utilization of your time is the most important thing. So use, all young students over here, get into the habit of planning your day, planning your week, planning your month, and planning your whole year. Please do that planning, and note in your diary that time is the most important thing. Third thing, health. Very important. Somebody just told me yesterday, we were chatting, and somebody said, and I love that sentence, health is the new luxury. Health is the new luxury. We never thought of it before. We used to take so many things for granted. How many people are coughing in this room? No, because we are living in an environment, which is not so, conducive to our health, like it used to be before. Our mothers, our grandfathers, grandmothers, they grew up in a different environment. They were naturally healthy. Today, we are not. So please, give full attention to your health from today. From this age, you all must be in your 20s. Some of the students here, you all are young. I can see some parents and somebody else. Please get into a, routine of health. And health doesn't mean that going to the gym every day or doing yoga, which of course is very important, but what you eat, when you sleep, all this is very, very important. I know that, everybody cannot say that 7 hours of sleep is a good sleep every night. It's not possible. But calculate a certain amount for the month and see that you get that much of sleep in that month. Give all the importance to your health today. I'm going to be 60 next year. I'm already running my 60th year. And I just don't, clap for me. Do that. Thank you. No, this is an inspiration what I want everyone to take from here. Very important. I'm already planning in my 60th year, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, as though I didn't do in the last few years, but 60th year, important, yes. I want to still do so many things. So please take care of your health. Eat well, sleep well, and you have to live the best till you die. Once you think of that, then you will surely take care of your health. किसी पे dependent नहीं रहना है. अगर हो गया तो हो गया. But कोशिश करो कि अपनी health को इतना अच्छा रखो कि हम उस हेल्थ के जरिए अपनी जिंदगी को बखूबी अच्छी तरह से एंड तक जी सके. Just keep that in mind, please. Health very important. Humility. Be humble. Very important. चाहे कौन से हुद्दे पे बैठे हो, चाहे कहाँ हो, चाहे आपके पास 10 गाड़ियाँ हो, चाहे आपके पास 10 घर हो, बहुत सी चीजें हो, you are everything. But if you are not humble, people are not going to love you. For me, at the end of the day, I want to see how many people love me for what I am. That is very important for me. I want to see at the end of the day, when I sleep at night, how many people told me I love you in the day? How many students told me that, ma'am, we love you in the day? How many people came to me and I could solve their problems sitting across the table? That for me is what I have earned at the end of the day. And that comes only when you are humble and you live with humility. You are available to everybody 24/7 wherever you are. So when they announced and they said that Care Club runs for Indira students, no, it runs for all students and all people who are following me on social media. I have men, women, grandmothers, grandfathers. I have mother and child. Mother talks to me in the morning and says, daughter is not doing this. Daughter talks in the evening and says that mother is not doing this. So that is the way, things are. But that's what my Care Club does. It does more of counseling, personal counseling to people. So any of you over here are most welcome to follow me on Instagram. And if you have any personal problem in life, just get in touch with me and you can always come and I can counsel you, advise you, help you to rise and evolve through care. Money. At the end of this, let me tell you, money, very important. कोई बोलेगा मुझे, कोई बोलता है क्यों पैसा पैसा करती है, क्यों पैसे पे तू मरती है, दुनिया मरती है, मैं क्यों ना मरूं? सही है कि नहीं? आप लोग सब यहाँ बैठे हो, आपको हाँ, very important. Don't tell people when they tell, simple thinking, simple living, high thinking and all that blah, blah. No. I want to think high, I want to live high, I want to do everything high. वो सबके लिए I need money. Very important. We are all sitting here in this beautiful auditorium, air conditioned, all of us, very nice. It's only because of money. So all of you, divide your life. I tell, this is my advice to all of you, to divide your life. Money is going to be important today, tomorrow, forever. But how you use your money, how you earn your money, and how you use your money is what is going to give the real happiness to your life. Because that, how you earn and how you use, is going to decide the people who you stay connected to, who will be in your life forever with you. So earn money and also use it in such a way for people. Use it for yourself first. I want to wear a good sari, I want to wear good jewelry, I want to wear a good car designed by somebody talked about women designing cars. We said that, okay, there are women who use all those cars, who buy their cars with their own money and use it, So I love cars. All girl students sitting over here, I love cars, I love SUVs. मैं छोटे सेडान में नहीं बैठ सकती, मुझे लगता है सब लोग मेरे ऊपर से जा रहे हैं. So मुझे ऊंची गाड़ी में बैठना अच्छा लगता है, चाहे वो फॉर्च्यूनर हो, चाहे वो रेंज रोवर हो, चाहे वो इनोवा हो, पर गाड़ी ऊंची होनी चाहिए. I'm just giving you this because this is the reality of life. So earn your money. You're all here to study and to make a career and make a life for yourselves. And that life is first going to be money. So the first few years of your money, see that you earn your money and focus a bit on your health. The second part of your life, you go 50-50, health and money. And the third part of your life, you focus on your health and enjoy that money that you have earned. There is a time when you have to stop earning and enjoying that money. So please keep these things in mind. I hope I have been of some use to you, and I hope my talk has been a little useful to you. To whatever Sushma said, about she's a good orator or whatever it is. I can go blah blah. जब तक मेरे से mic नहीं खींचते, but 10 मिनट दिए गए थे, शायद 20 मिनट हो गए हैं अभी. But Mr. Kashyap नहीं आए तो उनके 10 मिनट मैंने ले लिए. So, thank you. At the end of it, one message to all women over here. I mean, this is for women, all women. I tell this to everybody. Looking good and being beautiful is a woman's birthright. So please follow it religiously. Take care. God bless you, all of you. And Ganpati Bappa Moria.
Thank you, ma'am, for your enlightening words. Every word you shared was a glimpse into the immense possibilities the future holds for the dreamer in us.